After taking on a series of missions that they could only partially remember, the Avengers find themselves up against one of their own, Spider-Man. Do you think they could take him down, or will Spider-Man be able to humble the entire team of Avengers? That's what happens in this all-out series of Avengers, where only one of them seems to realize that they are all being manipulated by an unseen villain. After realizing that all the Avengers are under mind control by a villain named the Grand Manipulator, Spider-Man manages to get a hold of the device called a resequencer that the Grand Manipulator used to gain control over their minds. However, still under his control, the Avengers set out to stop Spider-Man before he can get the device back to the university to a scientist who can deactivate the device and free their minds. But still under mind control, the Avengers are led to believe that Spider-Man is the one under mind control, and he must be stopped. When the Avengers finally confront Spider-Man, he explains the situation, but they believe that if the scientist gets a hold of the device and deactivates it incorrectly, it will scramble everyone's brain in New York. Thor approaches Spider-Man and asks him to hand it over. Now knowing he isn't getting out without a fight, Spider-Man quickly snaps his web and swings out of the situation, with Iron Man quickly on his tail. Iron Man grabs a hold of Spider-Man and asks him to trust him, but Spider-Man sticks to his wits and tells them that he has to get the device to the scientists soon, or they will all be stuck like this forever. Iron Man tries to take him down, but Spider-Man quickly shorts out Iron Man's suit and flees his grasp. Captain America checks in on Stark, to which Stark confirms that he's fine. Spider-Man just shorted out his armor, amazed he could even figure that out. Black Panther chimes in and reminds them that Spider-Man is a highly intelligent individual. She-Hulk quickly jumps into action, pursuing Spider-Man. She moves in to nail him with a right hook, but she misses as Spider-Man narrowly dodges her with his spidey senses. He swings out of harm's way, only to be caught by the throat by Captain Marvel mid-air. She demands he hand over the device, to which he simply replies, "I'm sorry about this, Carol," and quickly slips a capsule into her mouth, which pops and fills her mouth with webbing, leaving her unable to breathe. Spider-Man quickly swings away, promising that the web will dissolve in about 60 seconds. Captain America throws his shield at Spider-Man, but Spidey catches it mid-air and uses it to smash through the window of a building. He lands inside and turns to find Blade standing there. As he tries to move past him, Blade throws a kick and misses. Spider-Man returns with a punch and also misses, only to be caught with an elbow from Blade. Spider-Man quickly counters with a punch. Just then, Black Panther appears on the scene. Spider-Man dodges another blow from Blade, then one from Panther, then Blade gets a hold of Spider-Man for a moment, only to be smashed in the face next. Spidey dodges another kick from Panther, only to fall back into a headlock from Captain America. Cap tries to explain that they aren't the bad guys, but Spidey quickly responds, "You are, Cap, you just don't know it yet," as he quickly flips from Cap's grasp and lands on his shoulders. Cap grabs the bag that Spider-Man is carrying with the device inside in the process as Spider-Man flees. Cap quickly looks inside the bag to claim the device, but finds the bag empty. By the time he looks up, Spider-Man throws a spider bomb and fills the room with webs, covering all the heroes with his webbing as he leaps out of the window. Spider-Man swings away, making his way to the university, only to be caught once more by Thor. As he flies by, he manages to rip the shirt right off Spider-Man, allowing him to slip away once more. They lose track of him for a few moments, but Iron Man quickly tracks him down. He blasts Spider-Man's webs and drops him on the city streets. He tells him not to run or he will really blast him this time. They are quickly joined by Thor, who offers to trade him his shirt for the contraption. Spider-Man replies, "I love how you say contraption. It sounds so classy," as he hands over the device in exchange for his shirt. Realizing when he finally gave it up, he did so with ease. Captain America shows up and chimes in. He switched it. Where's the real resequencer, Spider-Man? He then explains that he knew that they would all try to stop him, So he had already given the device to his scientist friend before their chase had even begun. He just had to keep them all distracted long enough for him to figure it out. Tony then detects the device's frequency and takes off to try to stop what was happening at the university. Iron Man comes blasting into the university but is just too late. The scientist had deactivated the device. As all the Avengers gather, they all seem to feel okay and realize that nobody's minds had been scrambled. As Spider-Man swings in, Iron Man stops him and presents him with footage that he had finally downloaded from the battle in the warehouse where the mind control incident took place. He shows him a video of Spider-Man being affected by the mind control, but also shows him a video of the Avengers being affected as well, proving that there are two distinct strands of reality coexisting on the same timeline. Suddenly, the scientist who called himself Professor Crassus starts to transform into the Grand Manipulator and reveals that it was him that had been manipulating their realities, fabricating memories and timelines. Now that he had the resequencer in his possession, he would reshape their world into his own. But when he activates the device, something goes wrong. Spider-Man then tells the manipulator that something about the memory of their friendship didn't ring all that true, so he took another look at the gizmo and made some adjustments. As the device activates, it ends up erasing the professor, leaving his lifeless body behind. Iron Man decides to take the device back to Avengers Mountain to reevaluate it there. The Avengers all apologize to each other for what had happened as they leave the building together. But as Captain America leaves, he can still feel the looming presence of something otherworldly, as he calls out the Beyonder for being the true villain behind the chaos they endured. What a wild tale. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to find out what other stories happen in the alternate timelines of the Marvel multiverse. Thanks for watching.